Hello and welcome to the post-match review of Amorim's first game in charge. Definitely a mixed bag. Obviously, right off the bat, one of the basic moves you would work through the training ground, building out the back, using the wing back, getting in, scoring a goal was there. But after that, I think the first half was really poor, really fell off after 6 or 7 minutes, resulting in the goal. Second half, I thought was a lot better, really started to show more of what he wanted in certain areas, especially after the subs, but not enough. And I think it's fairly predictable, obviously, that, the expectations we all have are sky high, but at the same time, a lot of players that seemingly a lot of bad habits, in my opinion, a lot of bad habits. Yeah, I mean, just terrible bad habits. I think for me, the biggest factor in the whole game, especially in the first half, and it got better with the subs, was that it was so vertical from the midfield and the center backs, and so slow in the buildup, and really not at all a reflection of how the Amorim team usually builds up and plays with the midfield. In the second half, it changed a lot, and that's when we started dominating possession and gaining a lot more control of the ball. Even if by that time we were not really getting chances and things like that to the degree that we would want to. But yeah, a lot. I think just generally quite poor, especially in the first half, and then again, when you're only really attacking for 30-40 minutes, not creating enough in there and all of that. The biggest problem, I think, in that there was a lot of changes. I mean, a lot of choices made based on fitness, and all of that. The midfield especially, and the back line. The back line was for me absolutely horrible in this game, including at the fullbacks. But let's talk about that. Let's look at some stats on this to break it down, because I think it'll kind of show. You can see right off the bat United score, but the second half Ipswich built into it. The latter part of the first half after that goal, Ipswich built into it. Now, United took control in the second half, really took the sting out of the game for the most part, and started to really build on it, especially when the substitutions came right around here. Then they controlled it for the rest of the game. Now, right here, where was it? Where were the subs? Yeah, Ugarte and Shaw at 56 minutes, quite early, right here after this moment. Really kind of after that, did not let Ipswich have anything. And that was important. A couple of things to look at here. The shape you can see, right? It's exactly what you'd expect, right? Exactly what you would want even. And the only thing I will say is, one, Garnacho too wide often, playing as a winger when you want runners in the central areas. But that's fine. That was also just in part trying to get something out of Dallo there. But otherwise, you can see the shape. It makes sense. Biggest problem is it's too deep. You look at how deep it is. It's deeper than their back line by far. This was way too deep. We settled in way too deep. Did not get out of our own half the whole first half. Second half, a little bit better. We started to push up, but it was not good in that respect. And primarily that came because of the extremely slow and ponderous buildup. Was really poor. I'll show this in just a moment here, what I was looking at. But if we go by the stats, overall, you can see 60% possession. The first half was 50-50. Second half was 70-30. They had these few chances, again, before a lot of the changes and all that. But in the second half, we started to control it more, started to do more with it, but just didn't create enough, at the end of the day, to win the game. Not enough, in there. Overall, did not create enough chances, did not control it. Their chances were better than ours, certainly. The second half, again, I say, was a lot better in terms of control, in terms of moving it up, especially after the subs. But we did not, we're not able to take advantage of it by that time. And the first half was so bad, I think it took a lot to try to build back from it. If we look up front, starting from front to back, Rashford gets the goal in the first 2 minutes. Now, look, this is absolutely shocking again. 13 touches from your striker once again. And that means after the goal, I think it was 12 touches in the rest of the game. Yeah, not involved, not getting involved. Some on him and some on the front. I thought Garnacho was poor. He had a couple of moments running free on the break and then just lost it on 2 or 3 opportunities. But you can see 42 touches, getting the ball more, but not really able to create anything with it. He had one good run down here, low crossed in, blocked by the keeper. That was a good moment in the second half, but didn't amount to anything. I thought Bruno played odd. I don't really know. He in the first half, he was worse. The second half, it got better. Again, less risks, playing further up in different position, I thought was good. This midfield setup was predictably just not good. It was bad. Casemiro and Eriksen. Casemiro was diving all over the place, not winning the ball well. Again, did not have the legs to cover the midfield at all. Look, way too much losing the ball as well. 80% and 10 possessions lost for Eriksen for virtually no creation. 70% and 7 possessions lost for Casemiro. One of the big things I keep saying about the Amorim system and the way he wants to play, you don't take risks out the midfield. You don't. It was still way too vertical. These are these bad habits where, Rashford and Garnacho sprinting up the pitch, we launching it, and sometimes Garnacho would get on it and then lose it. A lot of times we just wouldn't get to it. That's bad habits. That is not how we want to play. And you could tell because when the subs came in, if you look at Ugarte, he came on, changed the game. Look, 93% passing, only 3 possessions lost when he came on. Way safer with the ball. As soon as he came on, we started to control possession. What he wants from those midfielders is get the ball, move it out wide. Well, Ugarte's familiar with Sporting. He's familiar with Ruben Amorim. He knows what he wants. He came on. He was starting to give instructions. Hey, do this. And it worked a lot better. Our buildup was better. We started to control the ball more. We started to move it. You want to dribble. The biggest thing here is carry the ball. Don't launch it. Carry the ball vertically. Don't launch it. Bruno moved a bit deeper and did well here. When Xerxes came on, was fairly unimpactful. Dalot was really bad. Really, really bad for me. Again, 71% passing. Most touches of the ball here, 73 and 16% possessions lost. There was a few instances, one where Amorim is yelling at him because in defense, he keeps tucking in. Instead of staying wide and in his channel, stay wide, stay touch tight. Even their goal, he's not staying touch tight to the player, lets them beyond him, and then Casemiro doesn't close it down. The whole hallmark of Amorim's system is don't let him into the middle, and use you have these extra defenders in the middle, so your wingbacks stay wide and stay tight out there. And you cannot let them to the middle, and he just let him into the middle. You just let him come right by him, not staying tight to him. Before the goal, he was yelling at him, and then it happened on the goal. That cannot happen moving forward. Ahmad, again, kind of wasted out here a little bit, but you can see how much better he was, 91%. Losing the ball half as much. We didn't get him the ball enough, and, I think he did a good job. But at the same time, the whole point of this is to get these guys up the pitch. And if, again, we look at the average position, they're too deep. We need to be way higher. So he's getting those touches up here and not over here. But when we did get it to Ahmad, it was very good. I thought the center backs were poor. Mazraoui, the best of the bunch. Evans and De Ligt were terrible. And the biggest reason for this is the passing. So slow. It was so many touches. If you watch that training video and you watch Sporting, big thing, these center backs switching it. Okay, you can see, I could not stop talking about this in the watch along. You have 2 options here, right? You can pass to this guy really short, or you can pass it past him to the next guy. A lot of the times in this setup, you're dragging them out, you're moving the ball, and then you're passing it longer, wide, bigger, wider passes, not just back and forth between these 3. This isn't good. This was too ponderous. It was so ponderous. One long ball from him. Again, I say Mazraoui did way more, but this is too much. 114 passes. We are not getting the ball out the back quick enough, okay? But he did start to do that, especially in the second half. Mazraoui hitting those long balls, switching it to the sides, switching it to the sides, switching it to the other sides, and doing that. He started to get better. It's funny, you want your defenders going longer a bit more, but to the sides, not so much the short passes. De Ligt, again, 99% passes, 86 touches. That's not what we want. 0 long balls. Again, my point being with that is that's why you have to contextualize the stats. Too slow, too ponderous, too safe from those guys, not getting the ball out wide and not getting us out of the pressure quick enough. Way, 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 way too slow. And a lot of that really comes down to training and personnel. If we look at it, De Ligt, Dallo, they did not have a lot of training. Garnacho, not a lot of training this week. I think they struggled a bit to figure this out. A lot of old habits there, but also it's personnel. When Luke Shaw came in, I thought he did way better helping us get up the pitch, right? You can see he's at least attempting some longer balls, but he was also carrying it forward, moving it out, giving us more energy in there. That I think helped quite a lot. Again, I thought Ugarte did absolutely brilliant. Him and Shaw, when they came on, allowed us to do so much more. They allowed us to do so much more. With the ball to get it out of the back. Now, the patterns and once you get it out of the back and push up the pitch in order to get it further, we're not there yet. But we only got there in the last 20, 30 minutes where we actually started really pushing out of the back. And that was the biggest issue. We were stuck and trapped. And that's the thing. You look at this average position, that's including the last 20, 30 minutes where we were actually finally pushing up high. So you can see we were really stuck in deep. But I think that's where, you're going to see, why do we need these center backs back? Well, badly. We have none on the bench. And Shaw came in and did a good job. But what's really, really obvious, if you want to start working it from the back, because I think that's where our problem started, we would not get the ball out the back and then we would just lose it, is 2 things. 1, stop the launching the ball from the midfield from Casemiro and Eriksen. You cannot do it. Much better when Ugarte came on. Way more safe, way more carry the ball and move it to the wide areas. That's what you want. So you're not losing it, so you can push it up. Remember Amorim's comments, we lose the ball too quickly, and then you cannot press, and then you cannot get up the pitch, yada, yada. That was a big part of our problems today, old habits, for sure, that they need to get out of, and that he's going to have to break. So I think Ugarte getting in there is going to be big. I think once Kobbie Mainoo can get in there more, that'll help too, because neither of them do that, and that'll have us performing way better from those areas. Out the back, I think we need Harry Maguire and Lissandro right now, because both of them are so much better at those long passes, at the switches, things like that. De Ligt is too safe with his passing, way too safe with his passing. So he's got to step up on that. Now, if we had more passing here, maybe it would have helped. Evans is usually better, but I think the system was just too much for him, playing in the back 3 against a pressing team. So really, I think we need our center backs back badly. If Lenny Yoro can get in here, and we can get Mazraoui out to here for now and Shaw into here, I think that makes a massive, massive difference right now. But either way, those would be, for me, the biggest problems that we can see. We need improvements. Stop losing the ball from the midfield. This is not good. 70% and 7. And that's in 56 minutes, 80% and 10. That's not it from your midfielders. That's not it. This is what you want from your midfielders in an Amorim system. 93%, you want to carry the ball, 3 of 2 long balls, does not lose possession. That's what you want. That is what you want from your midfielders in this system. Safe. I've been going on and on about that, why Ugarte is the right pick for this, because he wants safe players in the midfield, not just launching it, allow you to push up the pitch. So being way safer in the midfield, and then out the back, ironically, being a little more risk-taking, but not vertically, sideways. We did not, and you can tell that that this is the major thing. These guys, Dallo is often just kept slipping back into left back, not left wing back. Stay wide, and let's use those wide areas to stretch the team and move up the pitch. That we needed to see a lot more. In the second half, one of the things Bruno, I think, did really well is when he dropped into the pivot, when the press angles were dropped off, coming out here. When the middle was blocked, coming to the wide areas to get it from the deep midfield. That's something that they do as well. He did really well with that. Him and Ugarte did really well there. I was surprised because I thought, again, one of the reasons you don't want Bruno deep is launching the ball. 92% passing out of Bruno today. So if he can be disciplined, he could play deep. And then you could pair him with Ugarte, get these forwards going. Now, I think Kabi Menu fits in here really well also, but that's kind of the point. So I was very impressed with him. But again, a lot of these decisions based on fitness. You go into Thursday, I think you're hoping that you can get Shaw starting, that you can get maybe Yoro into the team, that Ugarte will start, that, in the front line, you'll have changes as well, whether it's Rashford, Garnacho, both, etc., that you get those guys going, that you can maybe get Ahmad in here. That's one of the advantages if we can get Shaw in here, push Evans into the middle, De Ligt to the side, Mazraoui to the right, get Ahmad up front. A lot of those adjustments will, I think, help us, strengthen and do more. But I think for the most part, when I look at that game, for me, the frustration was we couldn't get out of our own half. And the buildup from the back was so slow and ponderous. Positives, I actually thought we were way more compact in general, way more compact in general. Some really weird and bad defending on all those low crosses, like the one that Delap got that Onana saved in the first half. There is no way that shot should have made it through, right? I can't get it. But, he's over here. There's 3 defenders and Delap just ducks around them. They've got to do so much better with that. A lot of their chances were just bad defending, like just straight up bad defending. We weren't really open on the break. We didn't really have big gaps, but defensively, there was just a lot of mistakes. And I think it was just really poor out of this central, these 4 here, and Dalot too, out of losing the ball a lot. But I think those were the main areas were poor. But shape-wise, I think it was better. And I think with the right personnel in this shape, it'll work. And all of that. So improve on the build-up, way faster, way more getting the ball out wide, and be way safer in the midfield, carrying the ball and moving it out of the defensive territories and getting it out wide. That should be the focus. Move it up and get it out wide. Stop trying to go vertical all the time. Those are the bad habits we've got to switch from being this transition-heavy team that is just constantly going for goal. Even the first goal, right? It comes from getting it wide to Ahmad and him driving it, carrying the ball. Most of our best moments come from carrying the ball forward and out of pressure and then getting it wide and then getting it in. So hopefully we'll see more of that and a few more days of training, players back, fitness improving. Hopefully we see it in the Europa League, gives us a good run into the next game. Okay? That's what I have for today. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll be back this week. See you later.